Hey guys, this is Joe here at liveanabolic.com, and in this video I'm going to take you through an anabolic meal prep for men. And we're going to be preparing either a lunch or a dinner meal that's going to be super quick so you can recharge your anabolic hormones either in the middle of the day or at the end of the day here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to actually make the main protein source chicken, and I've gone ahead and I have the chicken in the pan here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this up into strips. So the reason I'm going to be cutting this up into strips here is just because, well, it makes it easier for me to just package it, put it together in the containers and fit as much chicken in there as I need. Now there's a lot of fat that I am going to be trimming off. There's also, this is a very thick piece of meat, so I'm going to have to just kind of work through this piece of chicken here, which you'll get some of those. These were bought frozen. I prefer fresh. However, sometimes when you have a good deal and your wife sees those good frozen deals, then you just gotta take advantage of it, right? So we're going ahead here and just kind of chopping through this. If you want to do like a full chicken breast, you can. The only reason I'm cutting these up into strips is because I find it more convenient for me to fit it into my containers while getting the best part of the meal, which is the testosterone boosting carbs and fats. Okay, because remember, protein is not the most powerful macronutrient when it comes to increasing your testosterone levels. In fact, it's actually the carbs and the fat. So we want to have as much room for the carbs and the fat as possible. This is a really thick piece here, so I just gotta chop through it without chopping my fingers off. Okay, and if you see any fat, you'll want to maybe chop that fat off. You know, the fat on chicken isn't necessarily like the fat on beef that's packed with those omegas, especially, I know for a fact that this chicken is not cage free. So I know it's not the highest quality. So for that reason, I want to actually eliminate the fat, because the fat is where a lot of these other components get stored that you want to keep out of your system. So all that to say, if you are, you know, able to afford organic, cage-free, grass-fed, all that, then absolutely go for it. For this here, we bought this chicken breast in bulk, so I assume that's what most guys are going to do. Most guys don't have the expendable income, so we're just going to go ahead and stick with here with that non-organic kind, but we're going to trim any fat off. So I got like a really fatty piece here, for example. Like you'll notice like the really white stuff, it's kind of hanging on the chicken. We'll just cut that off. It's usually very stringy, you see here, usually very stringy, so we'll just go ahead and pull that off. I already cut a bunch of fat off and put it in this bowl over here before we started the video, but I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Okay. So just trimming the fat, you guys. Trimming the fat off this stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to get the next ingredient to start seasoning the chicken before I get it in the oven. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to season up the chicken a little bit. And guys, it's just going to be a couple lemons. So I have half a lemon here. Not half a lemon, about a quarter of a lemon. And you're just going to squeeze the lemon juice over the chicken. Okay, guys, if you're expecting like gourmet, this is not it, okay? And truth is, you can't always have the best tasting stuff. As a guy, you gotta eat for fuel. You gotta eat what's gonna make you a high-performing man, and that doesn't always look like something that's gonna taste out of this world amazing. However, I will tell you, this is gonna get you the nutrients you need, and it is still good, okay? But I have gone ahead and I have two slices of lemon that I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze the top of the chicken. Now I have a couple different seasonings. So I have garlic powder and then I have salt and pepper. So that's just all I'm going to be putting across the chicken here, just for a little extra flavor. Get my salt on there and a little bit of pepper. If you like it hot, seriously, put some hot sauce on there. Hot sauce has been shown to increase testosterone levels, so if that's kind of a hack that you want to use, just to add a little bit of extra spice on the chicken, go ahead and do so. But I know my wife's going to be eating this, so I don't want to add any hot sauce on there because she doesn't like the hot. But I'm going to go ahead, not only are you going to squirt that lemon juice on there, you're going to get a little bit of water in there. So I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to get a little bit of water on the chicken. Just enough to keep it moist. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we already have the oven going at 350. And we just want to keep this chicken breast nice and moist while it's in there for 20 minutes. And really, guys, it's that simple. So, I mean, the chicken breast is already done. After this, we're going to go ahead, we're going to move on to the mushrooms. And that's going to be kind of a topping that you can add. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our mushrooms ready. Now we're going to be sauteing these mushrooms and putting them on top of our chicken. The reason why is because mushrooms, they actually help lower estrogen levels and also increase testosterone. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take advantage of that. So I've gone ahead, I've already washed these. So you'll definitely want to wash your mushrooms as they're not the cleanest. And then you're going to chop them up and we're going to saute them. Okay, really, you can just chop them up into whatever bits and pieces you want to. And to be honest, I'm not going to take you through the entire chopping process because I have a ton of mushrooms here. However, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the video and you'll see all the mushrooms that I have on my cutting board. Here are those mushrooms I promised you. So I've gone ahead, I have these all chopped up. Took about 30-45 seconds to get these all chopped up here. Just throw them in a bowl. The reason why, we're going to transfer them on over to the pan on the stove. And I'll show you exactly what we're going to add in there to help flavor these up a bit before we put them on top of our chicken after it gets out of the oven. So you're going to need a lemon, and then we'll go ahead, we'll bring this olive oil on over. I'm just going to grab our spices too because we're going to go ahead and put those on top. So what you'll want to do is just get some olive oil in the pan. Get the light on there so you can see. And just kind of move that olive oil around. Try and get it covering everything. This is a non-stick pan. If you don't want to use olive oil for maybe the sake of calories, you can go ahead and you can use like a cooking spray, a 0-calorie cooking spray. However, we know that the fats in olive oil are great for testosterone levels, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to cook in that. And then we also have our lemon here. However, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get our mushrooms in there in the first place. We're going to get these kind of picked up with the olive oil. I'm also going to drizzle a little bit more olive oil on top just so it gets a little bit of that flavor. You get those healthy fats on there. If you are tracking your macronutrients, that's definitely something you're going to want to measure out. So you're not just going to want to do what I just did and dump it on there. However, I'm not really tracking my macronutrients at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of, you know, I know these fats are great for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump it on top of the mushrooms. And kind of mix it all in here. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get some lemon. I'm going to squirt this on top, just for a little added flavor here. So you're going to add some garlic powder on there. Then we have the salt and the pepper, just for a little extra seasoning. Again, this is going to go on top of your chicken, and it can kind of be like a side too, if you want. But mushrooms are fantastic for helping boost your testosterone levels. So that's what this is all about. This is all about eating an anabolic meal that you can quickly just consume in the middle of the day without a bunch of cooking. It's already prepped for you. Or you can have it in the evening, maybe if you're crunched for time and you're still eating to support your anabolic hormones. So I'm going to check back with you in just a minute. When we have these mushrooms cooked down, I'll show you exactly what it's going to look like. Okay, so now we have our mushrooms. These are cooked up pretty well here. They're well seasoned. You see that we kind of sauteed them up a little bit. So this is what it's going to look like cooked. And again, this is going to go on top of the chicken. But for right now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to set them off to the side. Just while our chicken, it looks like we have just a few minutes that our chicken's going to keep on cooking. In that time, what we're going to do next is we're going to get some potatoes into the microwave here. Okay, so just coming back this way, I just got my potatoes here. And what you're going to do, you're just going to stab the potato. Okay? Sure, you can cook these in the oven if you wanted to. You could maybe make your own French fries, or you can just bake them in the oven. However, I'm assuming that if you are a guy, you're busy, and you want to be able to just really quickly whip up a potato and be able to have it with your meal. So we're going to get these pre-cooked. If you want to have them maybe fresh that day, you can just cook a potato a day and just partner it with your chicken in your, in your container. However, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to cook a few of these up here. With the 3 of these, it'll probably be about 5-6 minutes to really cook it all the way through. So I'm just going to throw these in the microwave. Again, you can just microwave them each day so you don't have a bunch of potatoes sitting in your fridge. Whatever you want to do. So those are going to go ahead. By the time these are done, the chicken's going to be done. We already have our mushrooms done. We're just going to throw another healthy fat on top, and that'll be it. So I'll show you what we're about to do next. All right, you guys, so we have every component here for our meal. We have our mushrooms, which are done, our chicken, our potato, and then we're going to go ahead. We're also going to include some avocado, so we have those healthy testosterone boosting fats. So I'm going to be eating this in a second, so I'm just going to put it on a plate. However, just to show you how you can store it into a container, you can get a look at it here. Now you want to make sure that the chicken is cooked to 165 degrees. I had to go ahead and I had to bump it up a little bit to 30 minutes in the oven. So if you have to extend it a little bit longer just to make sure it's fully cooked, then go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to get about 15-20 grams of protein into my container. I'll just go ahead and get it on a plate here as well. Listen guys, like I said, if you're expecting gourmet, you're just not going to get it. Like if you're cooking for the woman in your life and she wants a fancy, delicious looking meal, guys, this is not going to cut it, okay? This is for you. This is for you to increase your testosterone levels and really just be that high-performing man that you need to be at the office, in the gym, etc. So we got our mushrooms. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to throw these in here with the chicken. Again, these mushrooms will help increase your testosterone levels. They also help lower estrogen. Guys, like I said, it's not fancy. Like, you don't have to make it look all fancy when you dump it on the chicken and all that jazz. The next thing you're going to do, now this avocado is a little brown, but I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add it on top anyway. Any more brown, I probably wouldn't eat it. However, this one ripened up pretty quickly. Now I will say this, if you're preparing meals for the week and you have all these containers going into your fridge, you want to cut the avocado the day of, because it'll get really brown if you have it sitting inside the refrigerator. So instead you can just go ahead and the day of, it only takes a short minute, the day of, just kind of slice up your avocado. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and slice, because I like having little cubes of avocado, and I'll just go ahead and dress my chicken with that as well. Okay, get a spoon. Okay, I'm just going to put it atop my chicken. Another great additive here is salsa. So if you want to have, add a little extra flavor, you can add some salsa on top of your chicken. Get all this avocado off here. Look at all that healthy fat. And just kind of go around the corners, make sure you get it all. Okay. Yeah, some salsa make that look a little bit nicer, huh? And then what we got here is just our potato. So when you cut into it, it should be pretty soft. You know it's cooked all the way through. If you want to, you can add some grass-fed butter in there, which is what I'm probably going to do. You can just throw this in your container here. Okay. So there we have it, you guys. You just kind of throw some butter in there, but this is the meal. It's very simple, guys. It's not colorful. It's not that exciting. However, it's giving you all the nutrients you need to increase your testosterone levels, to really help increase your muscle mass and still keep you lean. Okay, so this is the perfect meal here. I'm going to have this for lunch. And you guys, I'm going to go ahead and be making a bunch of more videos just like this. So please let me know how I can better make these videos to fit your needs. So what foods do you want to see? Do you want to see full days of eating, full weeks of meal prep? You just let me know in the comment box below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, so you don't miss another video of meal prep, go ahead and be sure to subscribe to the channel so I can give you more testosterone boosting and muscle building tips, which includes all the tips here in the kitchen with meal prep. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe at liveanabolic.com. If you like this video, go ahead and check out my other anabolic eating videos on the channel. Until then, I'll see you next time. Joe out.